Right. Well, welcome to WASD 2023. We finally begun. It's a nice early morning, and I will say that the audience is quite empty behind us, as we're in the SU, and students are known for being up very early. So, would you switch over to the runner? We're a little bit late in setting up, but hopefully things should still be fine. We've got a fair bit of slack time to make things up in. So, we are starting with a game called Chippy. I assume that we have the runner on audio? Are you speaking?
I am speaking.
Ah, there we go. We can hear you.
This is working. Okay, I'll speak a bit louder.
So, firstly, I imagine that any viewers watching would have the question, what is Chippy?
I mean, we're about to find out. It's a bullet hell, and there's a very special mechanic that we will see very quickly.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, just hop right in then.
Okay.
We will wait, before we start, we need to actually start the timer.
Yes,
So,
I will restart. There's
Yep.
a timer on screen, but
we'll time you in. Everything ready up there? Okay, ready? We'll time you in. Should I do a 3, 2, 1? Okay, 3, 2, 1, and let's start the time.
okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to annihilate this harmless creature that's trying to tell us how to play the game.
Oh.
Because they're slow.
Will you instead be the harmless creature that's going to tell us how to play the game?
You can. So this is by far the most RNG dependent part. So I may restart a couple times.
Oh, the very start of the game?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So the bullets, this guy spawns bullets when you kill him.
Right.
They can just spawn directly on top of you like that.
Oh, so you just die instantly?
Yeah.
Ah,
Pretty
like
much
that? I
yeah,
see.
Yeah. Okay, we can take a safer strat though.
So I can see it's bullet hell. You almost seem to be chopping off bits of
Yes.
the enemy.
So when a part becomes completely disconnected from one of these eyes, it just disappears entirely,
Right.
and we will be abusing that substantially.
Oh wait, so are the eyes what you're supposed to shoot?
Yes.
Right, I see.
And there's also these little smaller cannon things that we also need to get rid of.
Oh, I see. That's quite cool. So the idea is that you're supposed to kind of chop off bits of the body?
We just need to kill the eyes, but we can
Right.
chop stuff off to do that faster. And we're gonna... So these introduce invulnerable pixels, which are the red ones.
Right.
Those can be chopped off though.
Ah, okay. I see.
That'll be first level. So on the right, while I'm just finishing this on, you'll see a bar, and that relates... That is... it gives you ghosts of other players around
Right.
your time.
Nice. Okay, I see. We have 14 stages to go through.
Yes. There's 7 beginner stages and 7 harder stages.
Oh, is there quite a big cutoff between the beginner and the harder stages?
Yeah. So this, you're supposed to just kill all the guns individually, but we can just remove all of them in the same thing. We do pick up power-ups, which you can see at the bottom. They have a variety of effects.
So for example, what?
The most useful ones we'll be using are the cannons and the turrets. The cannons are just a big explosion, and the turrets are... They stay around and deal damage over time.
So earlier I saw that you kind of died in one hit there, but it seems
yes.
you didn't die immediately there.
Some of the power-ups are shields, which allow you to take a hit.
Wait, so it's basically at most you can take 2 hits.
Up to 4. You can have 3 shields.
Right,
In
okay.
total.
So you
I'm
stand.
getting through. Doing fine. I don't have a slice. Okay. So one of the power-ups I managed to not pick up somehow allows you to cut through anything, pretty much, including invulnerable pixels. But it also does a lot of damage to the eyes.
Right.
So you're supposed to use that to kill these faster, but I didn't have
Oh, so
one.
do you need to kill all of the enemies on
Yes.
the stage? Right.
There's some things orbiting around the edge that we also need to get rid of. Different pixels have different properties in general. So these black ones are much harder to dig through, just have a lot more health. Going well. That's the second level. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on. I don't even know if I can hear me.
Nice.
Cool. What's
So
been
each of these.
happening?
Oh, so the progress bar on the top right is in the right side is actually the
Yes.
stage.
That compares you to.
Oh,
It's the stage, and there's little bars that pop up, and those are other players around your level.
So I
Just
imagine this
usually-
is that since it's around your level, it's probably
Yes.
quite competitive.
It's usually much faster than I will be going because it's the individual level rather than the marathon.
Right.
We will be cutting this very tight. Cut this off, and then he's gonna try and do an ultimate attack. But we're gonna kill him before he does that, hopefully. Yeah, so this is his big attack. Bunch of places, pretty much. The next level will take a while. This is pretty much an auto-scroller. We actually deal damage by hitting this, which powers some lasers over on the edge. And those slowly go through to the boss.
Would you say that each of the stages kind of has like a unique gimmick to it?
Yes, that's the cutting. The gimmick to this level is he's got a bunch of minions that spawn, and they try and kill you, of course. We're just gonna ignore them for the most part. They'll probably get in the way, but it'll be fine.
Oh, it looks like we've received a £5 donation from Adam, saying, "Let's get this party started." I agree. Let's get this party started.
Should do
indeed.
that. Okay, so I've just picked up a very special ability, which allows me to turn bullets directly into damage. So I'm going to be looking for an opportunity to turn as many bullets as I possibly can into damage. And it's a bit risky because the way it does that is by you running directly into the bullets. Yeah, they're being a bit annoying at the moment. They haven't done anything useful. Intactly, focus players, I'll do that. Thank you, game. We're gonna get a bunch of damage. Okay. We just broke into his glass, and now he's very angry. so they're going to chase us and be even more annoying for the remainder of the level.
So you've estimated that the run's going to take an hour.
40 minutes to an hour.
40 minutes to an hour, I see.
It depends, because there's some of the later bosses it scales in difficulty, and each boss is harder at the end, usually. So
so as in, like, you kind of have this introductory phase of the boss,
yes,
and then they get progressively worse. So this looks like it's probably the hardest phase.
Yes. So what he starts attacking us. He's got this attack that makes him chase us. That was quite fast, actually.
If it's a stage 4, I'm concerned for stage 14.
This is an interesting level. So this boss has a gimmick where every so often, that was not what I wanted, but oh well. Every so often, all these green pixels can grow back. So if you don't kill him quickly, it will just regenerate entirely. So this is sort of usually considered a big jump up in difficulty, because usually you're passing levels by doing them really slowly and methodically.
Right.
This hard punishes that, basically, because you can't beat it if you do it slowly.
Well, I suppose in this case it's useful because we are trying to do a speedrun.
This is interesting, so I didn't pick up any teleports. I'll have to do a strategy.
So from what I understand, this actually isn't the only difficulty in the game as well.
Oh no, oh this is bad. Yeah, this is sort of easy difficulty. There is an easy mode if this looks too difficult.
Wait, what do you mean this is sort of easy difficulty?
It's one of the first levels.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so I accidentally used a power-up I wasn't supposed to, which would allow me to skip these right to guns and do everything a lot faster. But we don't have that. There's a bomb down there. I'm just going to ignore that.
Oh no.
Okay. I forgot that was the secret. Yeah, I'm gonna get hit there, but hopefully it shouldn't matter. Yeah, the bomb just exploded.
Okay, so just for reference, whereabouts can you see the shield that you have?
The shield is on your person.
I see.
So there's little bubbles around your character. You see I've got one at the moment. I will occasionally restart at the start levels because it causes the fade out to go faster so I can see where I am at the start. I should explain these yellow pixels are explosive, and if you hit them with any amount of damage, they blow up any pixel around them, including invulnerable ones, and chain react. So if I just hit one of them, it hits all of them in succession, which is allowing us to cut off things we shouldn't really. This is their big attack. It creates a grid of all those squares are hitboxes, so you have to sort of dance around.
Right.
Here we see stuff is moving.
Yes.
To protect itself, pretty much.
But I noticed that between phases, the boss sort of respawns. How viable is it to just sort of stay where the eye is? And,
yes, it is invincible as it spawns.
Right.
You can stay inside it though, and we will be using that later. To very awkward. Okay, not bad. I have a drone. These are very, very risky items. They're very powerful. But they can. So the drone is very difficult to control. It's the same as a turret basically. It just fires stuff.
Oh, so in other words, it could also hit you.
But they can also hit me. And also it controls very strangely, so it only moves if I'm not shooting. So I could like control it over here and shoot that core from over here. This isn't normal, but I can do it because it's funny.
Yeah.
So here I'm just zooming around inside the boss.
Oh no.
This is fine, trust me. This is fine.
Okay. that did seem kind of worrying there.
It's fine. I still have a shield though. Okay, and then they start their big attack, which is more lasers. There's a lot of lasers and they're very difficult to avoid because you can't get through them very easily. That will be that boss. Going
Very nice.
pretty quick. 13 minutes. I say quick.
We
that's
are
quite
almost
slow.
halfway there.
Well, you say that. Okay. This is the first difficult level. It's the last of the easy set.
So the hardest of the easiest.
Yes. Going to be doing something quite risky, but as you'll see later, there's nothing that's not risky. So hopefully just ending the boss faster is the best chance of surviving.
I'm guessing this is not the risky bit just yet.
This is not the risky bit. So at the start of each of their phases, it starts a bullet hell, where it just spawns a bunch of bullets everywhere.
Right.
Here they come.
Oh, yeah, there they are. So you just want to be... You don't want to deal with that.
You can't really avoid them. You just have to deal with them as best you can. I believe there's twice as many bullets at the start of phase 3. There's also spiders.
So is this kind of just a war of attrition?
Yes. The bullets do stop, but then they start using other attacks. Okay.
Very nice.
So here, the boss has a weakness we're going to exploit, where their big core, is actually unprotected at the edges. Okay, yeah, so there's a lot of bullets. I'm stuck. This can go badly.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'm just gonna go over here for a bit. It's trying to kill me. It's very much trying to kill me. Okay, I died.
I would hope
I didn't die yet. This is not going great. I'm gonna attempt to get rid of some stuff.
I would hope the boss would try to kill you. That does seem to be its job.
Yes. There is actually a bunch of asteroids in this level, and they can be extremely annoying, as you can see, because they just sort of get in the way. The boss moves them around sort of erratically.
They're explosive, though. I guess in theory, if an asteroid was very close to the eye,
yes, so they actually also have items inside them. So I can break it open and possibly get a shield back. Yeah. There's also a shield in this one.
Oh, so you can tell what's inside them before.
Well, they're all predetermined.
Right.
This asteroid's coming for me, and there's big lasers that move around. So we're doing this a slow way. So if you don't get it quickly, it takes a while, as you can see. This is a snake. They sort of just exist for a bit, and they follow your movement in a very strange way that is very good at trapping you. So we're going to have to stop it doing that. There's a bomb somewhere. You can probably hear it ticking. And then we're going to attempt to just get rid of that. Okay. This went quite well, all things considered. Then it doesn't have much health on the big core, so just get it quick with it. Okay, that's the end of the easy set. Don't know if you can see it. You can't actually see it on the camera. But I'm switching occasionally between keyboard and mouse and just keyboard. Because you can use the keyboard to aim directly in the diagonals.
Ah, okay. Whereas the mouse is less precise.
Well, the mouse has some other things, but it's obviously easier to aim angles. There's a funny thing where I can lock onto a pixel, so it just the cursor doesn't move. So, the boss will probably look like a step down from the last one for a bit, and that's because I'm hopefully going to kill it quickly.
Right. I guess it's what's fun is spawning a lot.
This is an actual war of attrition. It's very limited in your resources, and it has a new thing that it introduces, which are these little brown circles. They freeze you, and you can't do anything if you get hit. They don't hurt you, but there's enough bullets that you'll just get hit by something else. The snakes, as you just saw, I can kill them by running into their tail. Okay, so I'm going to line up a bunch of turrets there. They're going to cut through this side. And if I cut through this side over here, it'll cut off the entire side in one go. And then I don't have to deal with any... What on earth is going on? Yeah, so this boss
can barely pass that myself.
This boss can get really difficult really quickly as a bunch of attacks overlay. Okay, and then everything explodes.
I suppose the boss does regret saying can't hurt me yet.
And then there's big snakes. Those are invincible. They just sort of exist now. They spawned because we killed these corners. They do have a hitbox at the start. I placed the turrets the wrong way there. You can actually turn the turrets round by attacking near them and focusing.
Nice.
Focusing allows you
it,
to...
It seems like you can't actually tell the health of the eye until it's...
Yes. There's some subtle things, like how much the screen vibrates.
Right.
If you know the level, you can tell on the right side of the screen. But mostly you just keep shooting it until it dies.
Right.
It flashes more as well as it gets... I'm going to attempt to get through there. This is generally considered the easiest boss in this set.
It's got quite an interesting pattern.
This instead introduces a new, has a weird gimmick where the boss rotates depending on how you hit it.
Oh.
So if I hit it there,
I
it'll
see.
start
So you're rotating it around.
Also, what it shoots rotates it. It just rotates a lot. It also introduces these, the balls of death.
They just follow you everywhere.
So the game has a lot of attacks that are based on how you're moving when it's attacked. So stuff like tracking and other general stuff. That's funny. You can see the Steam overlay. That's good.
Oh dear.
Not scuffed at all. I should have turned that off, but oh well.
And what could possibly go wrong now that someone's aware of the fact that your Steam overlay is on?
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, so this is the easy variant of it, of the Ball of Death. They home in on where they think you're going to be. Which makes them, apparently I got hit there, makes them very difficult to avoid unless you move in a very particular way. Mostly, running in a straight line gets you hit because they just accelerate towards you and then they're fast. Here we're going to abuse the fact that it rotates, or rather try and stop it doing that. We place some turrets there and we're going to try and keep those alive shooting this. So that when I open the other gate on the other side, I just sort of sit here and align it while the turrets destroy it. And then I can still hear, and then I open another gate. These are locked until you destroy one on the other side. So you're typically supposed to run around the boss or rotate it, because there's these lasers destroying things. Yeah, there's a ball there, trying to kill me.
Ooh, it appears that we received a donation. I sold the 6 and thought that we'd still get the 6 pounds. We have received. Oh no, we have received 2 £5 donations. One from Mole1424, saying, "I want to see Keegan shave his head." I should probably explain that at some point, shouldn't I? And also a donation from Westy NZ of £5. Okay. For those not yet aware, would you like to explain it?
Westy is currently probably the best player
Oh,
in this game.
oh, fair enough.
Assuming I heard that correct.
Yes, that is Wesley Enzo.
Yeah. So nice to see you here. Hopefully I'm doing a good showing. I think I am so far.
I mean, doing it live is very different
Yeah.
to getting PBs.
Oh yeah. I almost missed the power up entirely there. So you can actually go through the middle of the power-ups, and I will often do this on accident, and it's very annoying. Yes. This boss is more focused on big attacks, so you'll notice that a lot of their attacks coming up just sort of cover the screen in bullets. Here's one of them coming. I'm not paying attention. They have a special attack when you hit their core, where they spawn sort of crosses that follow your position.
Some very almost fleshy sounds here.
Okay, so these are sponges. They sort of eat your bullets. You're usually supposed to have 2 hits so that you can just sort of hit them and remove them by taking damage. I've played badly, so I don't have that luxury. There's these bullets coming for me. They're gonna kill me. My turret's gonna kill me.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna take that. It actually already killed the... So it killed a core, so now the boss is attacking me. See, I'm at the bottom of the screen, there's a bunch of saws everywhere. And they,
yes,
do whatever this is. So these bones are actually invincible.
You say that as you shot past the bone.
Yes, so that was using a slice which allows me to cut through the invincible things.
Right.
They're very limited, but as you can see, extremely powerful. So now he's doing the saws again. Because I took hits and he didn't spawn another one of those slices, I'm going to have to do this the normal way, sort of. Not quite, but... So I would usually just cut through the other bones. So it looks a bit weird. I'm actually moving up as fast as I could there, but so was the boss. Okay, there's more sponges. I'm going to try and line them up and get rid of them there. So that's an item that gets rid of stuff.
Right.
Okay. This is a very big attack he's about to do.
Oh dear, that
these are all
quite annoying.
timed. But you can use this. There's another funny item that just gets rid of bullets every so often in an area. You can use that to sort of trivialize that.
So you've got directly to the eye here.
Throwing squares at me. There's these balls coming in at a cross angle. They track you a bit, but then they stop tracking
And
you.
there we
So
go.
if you stay in the same spot, they just kill you.
One more to go. This is...
It's going well so far. This is going to
don't
be...
say that, don't say that, no!
Yeah, this is the thing that will very easily not go well. So this is going to be the strictest
this appears... is this about hiding inside the boss when it respawns?
No, you're not supposed to do this. It's just, it's really, really slow if you don't do this, so
Right.
I'm doing this.
Oh dear.
This is fine. As long as I don't get hit here, it's fine.
Hey, I mean, as long as the risky strat doesn't lose you many minutes of progress, I'm sure it's
Yeah,
fine.
the risky strat saves you probably 10 minutes.
Wow.
Overdoing it the naive way.
Wait, so these bosses are normally supposed to take people...
No. These are 10-minute things, a lot of them.
Oh.
This one I'm not going to do the fast strat. You can stay in the middle. That was a very precise shot there. You can stay in the middle and just cut it all up from the inside, but it's on a time limit basically.
Because of the amount of bullets.
Because he does this.
Yes, that would very quickly end your ability to do that.
Yeah. There's these little shield capsules that occasionally spawn, and they spawn shields which give you extra hits. That power actually homes in. I'm gonna use... Yeah. So this boss has a lot of attacks that stop you doing pretty much anything.
Oh, so your shield is actually just the shield is actually just going.
Yeah, it homes towards you if you get it from
That's
that. I'm going to attempt to use slow-mo, which just slows down time to take some more risky approaches.
We do like our risky
So
approaches.
what I'm doing,
Oh dear.
is I'm cutting up segments of the inside. So in a moment, I can just cut off 2 edges, and that finishes off the whole boss, and then the actual boss starts.
Okay.
Which is another time limit. So if you even if you don't want to do the fast strat, you're still on a time limit at the end.
Is it just because of a really horrible attack?
It makes a big grid. You saw the big grid from before.
Yes.
It does that, except
Faster?
worse. Sort of. Yeah, it's got a lot of attacks that stop you doing anything, and then it's going to do this, which is going to stop me doing anything for longer.
It appears that we have. It says $20, although it showed up as pounds. A £20 donation from Felix saying.
About to blow up. It hit me.
It is a request for me to put the donation incentive levels on screen. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do that right now. But I'm happy to describe what some of the donation incentives are.
Okay. So now there's a big grid. Every square I walk on, after a few seconds, turns into a place I can't go anymore. So if you go around quickly, you will just run out of space completely. There's also...
Actually, I believe that it might be a request for the donation incentives to be shown more prominently. We should show that between breaks and also explain what they are. Very nice.
we're going to have a small break.
When you say a small break, I mean you mean it's something that's less bad than the other bosses.
Need to remember where I'm going. That's what's a bit weird. So all the bosses have a gimmick, as you may have noticed. This one's gimmick is that there's just a laser constantly rotating. It doesn't disappear. It just rotates and it goes faster and faster over time. Eventually, I'm doing this wrong. I've just realised that. Oh well, it's fine. This is completely fine. So this laser, it'll stay there. So it's sort of cycle based. I'm going to teleport into the middle and try and cut off the inside. So now everything else is gone. That's good. Optimal outcome. He's spawned a crosshair. Bosses will now start getting attacks that they sort of don't let you avoid. And they're attacks that force you to position yourself so you can escape them or use a different, like a teleport there.
I'll be honest, I can't quite tell if this is a break or not.
This is pretty simple at the moment. The route I'm taking, for the boss in general, there's some very strict angles you have to hit to cut off certain segments. Also, I said there's a big laser going around. Also, the cores now have small lasers that turn off and on that it has. So those are fun as well. I'm gonna just set off these, and they're gonna detonate slowly while I deal with this guy. Should allow me.
So if you cut off so because you cut it off, it just instantly explodes.
This is only phase 2 of 3, by the way. I should be able to get through phase 3 very quickly though. This is one where we can just sort of sit in the middle. We just sort of zoom
and this
around.
definitely won't end badly for you.
I hit the wrong button, it's fine. This is quite lenient. I hit the wrong button again.
Oh dear.
I say it's lenient and then mess it up.
Oh dear.
This will be fine. This is fine.
Are you on one hit?
Okay, so that is something interesting. It's quite a big time loss, but it's fine. When you disconnect large chunks of the boss, there's actually a random element to vibration of the boss, and it still has a hitbox. So I was nowhere near anything there, but the boss vibrated in such a way that it hit me in a single frame. So there wasn't a whole lot I could do there, I'll be honest. That's not fine. Well, this will...
Oh dear, it's all falling apart.
I forgot about that.
See, you shouldn't have said this was the break. You shouldn't have said it.
I shouldn't.
Oh wow, it appears we have another donation. I will bring it in. We have a donation of £30 from Josh, who has left no comment but has given us the largest donation so far. So thank you very much for that.
Some money? Or was this my first death?
Well,
like,
we are already up to £66. That is quite impressive.
I won't know, I'm sort of sad that my first death is on Prospector, but...
is that because were you expecting it to be earlier? Or?
I was expecting to die on Monarch at least a couple of times, but I didn't, so that was nice. It did take a while, but always better than dying. Take one of those. I'm bad. It's fine. Get used to this.
So the the in-game time is kind of drastically different to the.
Yes. So it doesn't count loading zones.
Right.
It also there's some things that actually slow down in-game time.
Right.
Like getting hit, I believe, slows it down for a second. That's not useful. Fair enough. A bit off cycle. Yeah. This angle is rather extreme.
Let me see if I can get Twitch chat up actually. I might have a little look at what's going on. Hello chat, if you can hear me.
Okay, so we didn't get 2 slices here, so we're gonna have to actually kill this manually.
If there are any signs of life in the chat, please do send a message.
Try this again. I've got a lot more safety this time round.
Okay, third phase. Actually no, not third phase. Is this third phase?
This is third phase.
Okay,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, I went to the right position this time. It's fine. Potential damage. We didn't hit this, fair enough. Okay. Okay. So we also have a sort of underutilized thing. This is sweet. It just sort of pushes everything away. It's very powerful, but we don't end up using it too much. Ignore that. You can die after you've killed the boss. In that time where it's sort of exploding. And it's very sad.
So you can like
yes.
you think you're done and then
and then it will just kill you. It's very punishing. This is a speed run. I've practiced this one a lot. It's still obviously difficult, but I should have it down. So I'm just sort of going through these 1 pixel gaps. This boss's attacks are directly tied to your movement as well, so I can manipulate them to favour myself instead of the boss. This is rude.
Ooh.
That's bad. Okay, I shouldn't get there.
On the right side, it looks like you have quite a lot of shield. Well, did.
Well,
have quite a lot of
I'm
shield.
supposed to have 3 here.
Ah.
It's fine. Actually, it might not be fine. It could be fine. It should be fine. There's a second phase here, which we're going to...
Okay, that is...
This is another one where we stay inside it and we just sort of zoom around the middle.
I imagine you're on a bit of a time limit
maybe
here as well.
Not do that, in this case. I'm supposed to have a slice here. I don't. That would allow me to avoid a cut. This is not going well. Something you may not have noticed, but is very difficult to play around, is that the boss actually very, very slightly moves over time. If you pay attention to the grid background, you'll notice they just sort of
Yeah,
lock
I
in
think you can
place.
see that slightly.
So if you're standing still, like I was in the middle there, next to a thing, it will just very, very slowly move directly into you. There's some minions over here. He's doing... It's called Storm, so he's got lightning and rain, which makes sense. The storm being lightning. He's got rain attacks which go out and then they come back in. Oh my gosh, this is actually abysmal RNG. Yeah, okay,
oh my god,
I thought it would
very
disappear
bad.
faster, it didn't.
Okay, we're on the final phase.
We will be going back to the first phase shortly, I believe.
Oh dear.
So, the boss sort of stacks attacks.
Oh.
I'm supposed to have a... I was very close to getting out there. We want to kill that top core, as they have some of the boss's strongest attacks. And it's supposed to take a while to get there, but you can sort of just spawn in them. Okay, I missed the cycle there.
It's okay, we've got some time.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time. I have a very large estimate for a reason, and it's this.
The RNG, I suppose.
And me, yeah.
The
Okay,
skill issue as well.
This is going significantly better than last time already. It's still going to be faster than my submission though, so you know. We've got pretty much 4 minutes auto-scroller after this. Okay, so now I have a slice, so I can use that to speed up this section here. If I actually hit the pixels. And then there's a tentacle there. I'll ignore that. Something I'm doing, which may not be easy to see, is when I teleport, the range depends on if I'm focusing or not. And it actually has a time between being at full and being at minimum. So I can unfocus and then it's fine, there's a bunch of shields here. You'll see I'm still at full shield. So I can focus and then unfocus to get distances between the minimum and maximum, but you have to time it. I'm actually going to use a thing to get in closer, because I need to be at the top, or I can't get up here in time.
You have made your progress, and it appears you have a fair bit of shield.
Okay, this will actually kill it now. Now it out. Now it's also disconnected the whole top, so if we hit these little segments here, it doesn't usually do that, but we've already killed the thing. So now we can just sort of go around killing everything. Using the teleports. Interestingly, there's a... yeah, here it is. This is the lightning orb. It sort of follows you around shooting lightning at you. Probably one of the more dangerous things in the game, just at all. Just need to finish this off. Fire that. So this blue thing here is a magnet. It affects everything, pretty much. Turn this up. Grab this up. And then we're going to just DPS the boss down. He's going to throw a lot of lightning at us. Going to not get hit. Okay. Last boss time.
We are on
Yeah,
the very
killed
final
him.
stage.
Okay, so this is the last level.
I wish you luck. I hope
has a
that
thing.
Would you say
So-
it's the hardest level?
It's probably one of the easier levels if you know what
Oh
you're
wow.
doing.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to do the dumb stupid thing because I think it's funny. So there's a strategy. Well, just in general, this boss, as you kill its cores, the guns, it phases out from existence and has some extra phases that you can't really. They're auto-scrollers, so you can't do anything to speed them up. However, if you kill multiple cores at once, by cutting them off, it skips phases. There is a way to skip all of the phases pretty much, which I'm going to attempt to do here. Utilizing the slow-mo to get me as much time as possible to adjust. Okay, that's one hit. It took me through the actual thing. Okay, so I've run out of slow-mo, so... Okay, that was actually really, really close. I'm gonna do a variant
Oh
on
no.
that.
Wait, so we're almost at time?
It would have been not slow, but it would have saved 2 minutes of auto-scroll. I'm gonna do a slightly safer variant on that, where I just cut off half of it at once. Okay. So here I cut off a thing in the middle, that's fine. And now I can just sort of blow everything up before he has a chance to attack. And then you see he fades out, and
Yes.
now there's a bunch of minions that spawn. I'm going to kill them because they can give you stuff. I believe this one, since I got hit, will give me a shield if I kill it, so that's good, obviously. It should be pretty difficult to spawn because now, if you know where you're going, you can spawn inside the boss and then just repeat. So that was phase 2. There's these big orbs, they follow you around forever.
So from what I understand, there are 4 phases to this boss?
I think there's 5 or
5,
so.
okay, that makes sense.
But it's also just one phase technically. It's just you've got these minions. Set. I have a lot of slow-mos, which I'm not going to use. So this is the general difficulty of the boss, is these phases here. These minions are very tanky. It takes a while to just get through them. Those are actual blocks, so they block your bullets. There's a ball there. I literally didn't see that, which you'd think I would, considering how big it is, but you never know.
Okay, so in case you were wondering why I was a bit silent
the next
there,
phase, and then it phases out again. So
the audio had been slightly changed so
Has
that
it?
I could hear both your run and the run that is currently being set up at the same
that's
time.
fun.
It's been fixed now, so I should be able to hear everything okay.
So the thing I attempted to do at the start would have skipped immediately to this phase. This is okay. They're just gonna sort of.
Oh dear, this is not good.
This is pretty much RNG based. That was quite unlucky. I could have maybe got.
I suppose there's always a bit of
Yeah.
always a lack of luck.
This should be completely fine though. I can see if I can use the slice here effectively. Get through to the main attack now. He's gonna spawn a bunch of things, which you just have to work around. I'm gonna try and avoid this attack here. Yeah. Okay, that should be game. If you don't kill him quickly, he actually shrinks the screen and starts throwing a lot of attacks at you. You should be dead before then. Yeah, just, yeah. Yeah, the screen's getting smaller, and that will be time there. Apparently that was the fastest I've done that was. I don't believe it, but yes. So that was the main campaign. Took 45 minutes. Third fastest. There's a gimmick for each boss, and there's some more extreme gimmicks. So this here's the Nightmare mode, which is just the main campaign, but much harder. We're going to have a look at...
Wait, so is the run complete?
Yes, that was the run.
Wait, you didn't tell us we were going on time?
I did say time.
That is fair. They have not paused the time.
They didn't pause the timer. We can carry on.
Oh dear.
It's just more bosses. This is a variant.
Hello, we are on time. Please put... Oh dear.
Bad.
They won't do it next time. I'll make sure of it.
Maybe. We've still got 10 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can just go through some of the more interesting mechanics in the game.
I believe it was around 48.
Yeah, it was 48.50 or something. 48. Oh, it's 40. Yeah. So this is a variant of a the third boss we faced, except now these invulnerable pixels retaliate when you hit them. And this becomes very dangerous. The boss is also just harder, because it's on a harder difficulty. It has a lot of more attacks, and they're more difficult attacks. It's a bonus. Hello, bonus. This is to pad out the time. The organisers are getting quite confused around me. It's fine.
It appears they are, yes.
Yeah.
It appears they've forgotten the concept of a speedrun.
Yeah. So, if I miss, I get punished for it. It's not great. Nightmare mode in general is a lot harder, and everything moves faster. Everything has bigger hitboxes. Yeah, I missed there, and there was a bullet, and I didn't see it. Probably will go on some different bosses at some point. Yeah. So that's Nightmare. It's difficult, as you can see. So we've got probably about 5 minutes left. Yeah. So there's a set of bonus levels, which have some things. We've got our credits, but I don't think I have time to do that. This is survival, and this is 4 bosses at once. So it's sort of a pick-your-own-adventure, and each boss has their own attacks, and they build on each other and start becoming deadly. It's going to start off very simple. I have shields and stuff, but something very strange going on beside me. So we killed one boss, and they're going to spawn a big attack for the rest of the level.
So is this a custom boss or
This
a
is
bonus?
this is a bonus boss. So
I see.
it's in the main game, but it explores a sort of different avenue for the boss design, whereby everything stacks on top of itself. There's 4 bosses here, and this is the second one. And each boss you kill makes the rest of them harder.
How much of this game would you say you played?
All of it.
No, that's what I mean. I mean, like, as in the amount of time you played the game.
A lot.
A lot.
Too much.
Is this because you don't know, or because you don't want to know?
I think last time I checked, I had 300 hours on it.
I see.
Which is a lot.
Someone yesterday, while we were setting up, was asking me how much time it takes to learn a speedrun. It very much depends on the game, I suppose.
Well, it depends which run. I hadn't particularly practiced before the event, except because the individual levels are completely different to this sort of marathon setting. I'm gonna possibly end up
think
dying.
that if you after this boss, we will be
Yes.
switching over to the next
This
one.
boss will end up the run if I die or if I don't. So now there's another attack that will just follow me around forever. If I need to end at any point, do just say this could.
So it appears there will be a little bit of setup time.
Yes.
So you will unfortunately have to see my face
Oh no.
while that happens.
I can end this at any time by dying or otherwise. Third boss, so now they're getting quite difficult. I want to kill him before he does his big attack. I'm not going to at this rate. I'm not entirely sure how to avoid the big attack, considering everything else that's going on, which you'll see soon, probably. If you're wondering why I'm doing it in this sort of weird way, it's because these shields are invincible, so I have to be behind them.
Would you say this is probably harder than a main game boss? Or?
This is harder than the main game, but easier than the Nightmare difficulty,
Right.
I'd say. It's also a very long level.
Someone has decided
Someone's
that
this is
the building really needs a hoover. So I can now hear hoovering going on in the background.
This is a completely normal thing. Yeah, so this is his big attack.
Oh wow, that is quite something.
There's other things that happen, so now I'm frozen and yeah. So that'd be that.
That is, I'm afraid that is the end.
End of the run.
Well,
yes.
I mean, you already completed the run much
Yes.
earlier.
But there's some more things.
Okay. Ah,